Hi, this is Lleooneiro, and this is my head under blanket, and this is part 8 of teaching Kabbalah today. Now, a lot of people don't want to get into this. A lot of people don't know this. Okay? The dark stuff that goes on, and how it's being abused and how it's being manipulated against you. Now, you can go watch Today to Live, you can go look at propaganda, you can go look at all the technology and the tricks people pull, and the movies and the music and all this kind of stuff, right? And using the frequencies against you and lying to you by telling you the truth and stabbing you in the back and screwing you up and screwing you up to the ether and all this weird stuff that happens. You know, the more, I mean, some people are born with more psychic, abilities than others. And you see what's going on, things follow you, things synchronicity, they keep happening in patterns over and over again, and it's like there's crazy, there's something to it. Well, there is, you got to look into it. It's not that you're looking into it too much, you're not looking into it enough. But don't get lost in it, don't get lost in the symbols, okay? Don't get lost in it. It can only tell you so much, it's the way things go, right? It's the way things are. You get a point, a direction, and you deal with it, you make a choice, and you see how it works out. That's the best it works. And remember that the symbols can only symbolize the above. It doesn't work in reverse. Remember that. Don't get lost in the symbols. Very important. So, we're dealing with a lot of horrible people that have existed for a long time. Right? These bloodlines. And how many people are there? Well, if there's 8 billion people in the world, there's probably hundreds of millions of them on that side. You just have to realize it. The flags they go under, well, that's a whole other thing you get into, like flags. Everywhere we see a map that has flags, everything. Well, that flags is a language, right? Were you taught that language in school? You weren't. That's a language that talks to the British colonialists and the people that work with them in those areas under those flags are all part of the same team that put out the map, right? So all the things they're saying, government, world government, they all talk together, that's the team of people. And they echo down through the areas, through the media, entertainment, the military, like they do anywhere else, and all the way down to scroll to the street level. Okay? Canaanite Phoenicians, Hebrews, not everybody knows Hebrew, not every Jew. Okay? Ashkenazi Zionists, very specific. All right? And not even 100% of them. Right? Yeah, you can't just go with that group of people. Every group of people has a group that are extremists and that are insane, that don't represent the whole group, no matter what it is. Man, woman, child, adult, old person, color, whatever it is, whatever they believe in, there's going to be somebody in there that's an asshole that's going to make the whole group look bad. You know that. So get past that, don't get stuck in it, and find out what works for you. So the big thing that's going on right now is like Epstein and stuff, right? It's awful. And what's going on? And something that's not addressed, right, is why? Why are they doing that, right? And there's a couple of easy answers that you can find if you look inside yourself. You think, well, they're rich. And they have everything in the world, right? So they get bored, right? And human beings, when they get bored, idle hands, power corrupts. And you get into taboo things. What can I get away with? I can be evil and I can buy my way out of things. Let's see what that's like, right? So they get into all the dark evil stuff. Now, follow through with it. You don't want to because it's dark, but follow through with it because you're an adult, right? This is aimed for adults. You got to figure this shit out in the world we're living in. If that were the case, you'd try everything and you would get bored with it too. And you'd say, great, what else is there? I've done that. I've murdered a person. I've done those horrible things. Maybe you do it more than once, but then you move on with it. You find out, right? Like any person that's had fame and money and lost it, they'll tell you it's just not enough. They have a family or whatever and they get divorced. Some people, they're happy with the rest of their lives. That's great, right? Keep it simple. But the ones that aren't, they'll tell you it's always never enough, right? There's always something that you're always reaching for. And that's fine, it's part of being a human being. But these people, why they do this horrible stuff, is really bad. And it's in the secret societies, it's in the governments, it's in parts of Freemasonry, not all Freemasons. It's in Judaism, not all Jews. It's in Islam, not all Islam. It's in the Church, Catholic Church, not all Christians, right? And one of the ways it's hidden in plain sight, which most things are, in a way you can access it, is through the literature of H.P. Lovecraft. Okay? This is really dark, horrible stuff. Now, these assholes think that they are going to live forever. You know, we hear about this like they're vampires, and you know, it can almost kind of make horrible corrupt sense out of in your head that if you take from the young and you get their energy and you loosh it up, right? Suck it all up through a straw and now it's mine. Ha! You know, I'm the evil sorcerer. I'm going to eat your soul and I'm going to live forever. Kind of fucking horrible, wicked bullshit, which you just know comes with a horrible fucking price. One way or the other, right? That is not the way to do it. You know, you want to live for a long time, there's other fucking ways to do it. So, you go down that path, the dark evil path, that's what you're going to get. And the way they're doing it is, well, almost all the time for this video, I feel like if I don't tell you that I'm not telling you the truth. So I'm going to tell it to you in the best way I can without getting into it, is that they believe by siphoning onto these children when they're young with their sexual energy, and this gets into chakras and stuff like that, they're just as real as your physical body is. It's a magnetic field. They're an electromagnetic universe, you know. And the West, they don't teach you about that. But you siphon into people's auras and their magnetic field when they're young, right? Because we're born, our brain waves are very low vibrations, right? Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, until they turn into theta waves when we get older. So we're very impressionable, right? And that stuff goes into our subconscious and everything. And that's when people are susceptible to good or bad behavior. You know, oh, they were abused as a child, right? We all know how that works. So if you ritualistically and specifically abuse a child when they're young, you can do things abusing as above, so below, that accesses things to where you could channel in these dark entities from beyond what is the orbit of Pluto into dark nebulous space, into them, right, that are full of rage and hate and hunger, is all they are. They don't belong here. And they don't like the light. They don't like the truth. And they become nasty and demonic and evil. And they want to take over this place. Right? And how does that affect you? Fuck it, let them have it. Right? It's not your problem. Well, for starters, you have no way to know if you die, if you're not going to be reincarnated as one of these fucking kids that they're doing this to. So realize it's a problem. And the pyramids were built one brick at a time. You got to figure out a way as an adult until we solve this to do something about it. Okay? As a low note to leave on, but we're going to get positive again. That's the end of the video.